Allow me to show you an extremely fascinating thing. I was at the 100 imprint, and as per the DxO mark, the main camera telephone is Huawei P60 Expert. The matter doesn't end here, as per them. S23 Ultra is at number 15 yet, Xiaomi 13 Star is at number 21. Which is to catch astounding representation, so I got inquisitive, and today I will arrange 60 Expert. Allow me likewise to see it. As per DxO Mother, how could I get the main positioning? My telephone makes me insane for you folks. Some of the time, having such a major camera is very invigorating. 042. So the creation has been finished from here itself. What is the base side sibling? This is the issue that is accessible in this. There is documentation inside, which there is likewise Type-C port, and presently the sort is in the case, which is tight. A2C, just you get our hotshot O sibling, what an alternate example. How is everything turning out? There is a few marble on top of it, and today we can make a guarantee to you that subsequent to seeing the camera of this telephone, you will be in a real sense captivated. I will show you everything. Prior to beginning the excursion of this telephone, let me know my name. Hi, researcher. The name of the channel is Tech Bar. I need to give you folks a tech experience. Click on the buy-in button, 119, do it also, and do press the ringer symbol. Let me, first of all, show you my two most loved photographs which I have taken with this telephone. Presently from this, you can think about major areas of strength for how camera will be. Before that, I will discuss the camera in full detail. Allow me to present you what precisely is there in this telephone. As referenced, it has a marble finish. Every one of my loved ones have asked what precisely is there in this telephone. Everybody feels as though I have put a screen on this telephone, I know. You should have the option to see regardless of whether the backboard is smooth. 148. It is smooth. Simply the example is made of two pieces. Insane bet. I saw that the airpiece of this telephone isn't noticeable with typical eyes. That implies I can zoom in a great deal and show you how little its piece is. The sound is fine yet, Kamal. 360 Star has utilized the old presentation, which is 6.67 inches show, and just accompanies full HD goal. I'm saying this simply because it is a costly telephone. It ought to have been Quad HD, yet this telephone has glass here. Its name is column glass, and Huawei says that it is 223. The glass is Gorilla Glass. It is a lot more grounded than Victus 2, and to that end, these pleasant ones were simply flaunting by breaking the pecan. So everything I have told till currently, presumably has come in the classification of most fascinating telephone. I have presented the telephone, however, this telephone is popular for its camera. Presently, let me attempt to comprehend a little plainly that the imprint is reasonable and not the B. The camera arrangement of this telephone is 48 in addition to 13 in addition to 48 in. And do you have at least some idea whether I have made an excellent telephone? Which have factors inside, yet this Huawei telephone has the best execution since this 256. The choices accessible in the telephone are F1.4 F4.0 8. You can choose in the middle between the other telephones which accompany variable number. There are just two choices in them. Whether it is F1.4 or F4, then what is said further, which accompanies the phone in this telephone, which can accumulate the most light when contrasted with different telephones. And presently I will show you the photographs taken from this telephone, since when I took these photographs, I was partial to having a telephone with such a lot of light. How is it getting along more impressive picture handling? This is extremely strong handling, man. And in the event that I talk in specialized terms, it is 330 HDR. The maintenance in its shadows, the general picture handling is the most insane I have found in any telephone, presumably. And you know, with the ultra-wide length of this telephone, you can take miniature photographs. Great outcomes are acquired. However, there is one issue in this. There is a choice of very miniature. By doing this sibling, I appreciated seeing this result. See with your own eyes how astounding this telephone makes till now. At whatever point I was taking photographs with this telephone, I resembled this like clockwork. It is extremely well-mannered. It is exceptionally astounding, that is to say, I was rehashing it. And once more, I believed that perhaps my brain did a stunt on me since it had the main positioning as per the DxO mark. So I felt that I'm exaggerating, so I chose to contrast it and Xiaomi 13 Ace and S23 Ultra. How about we see the story? I'm not energized. Then I took photographs from these three telephones, and when I took a gander at them on a similar screen, it was obviously apparent that Huawei P60 Master is taking astounding photographs in light of the fact that being a Samsung telephone, in some cases the tones are very supporter. Furthermore, Xiaomi 13 Proj creator was feeling like he was making a good attempt. 433. To improve the photograph, it at times implies that shadow help is being finished and it is being overhandled. While Huawei's telephone is Samsung, it is taking the handling which in the middle between Xiaomi's, which is getting exceptionally out of equilibrium. Presently don't imagine that it has occurred with P60. There are no deficiencies in Expert. See, there can't be any telephone whose camera has the deficiencies like when I see this telephone. I was taking photographs from it. At times, it was an ideal shot, which seems to be a word, and in some cases, the telephone totally cleans out the varieties. A portion of the photographs are a piece hazy and the super-wide focal point of this telephone. He is me 503. Charm additionally has delicate photographs, and I don't have any idea why. In low light, the ultra-wide focal point gets obscured more often than not. Whatever is the disadvantage, provided that you completely comprehend these profundity cameras, you will comprehend. These deficiencies will be apparent, and in light of the fact that it got the main positioning, I have included it. Any other way I don't commonly place needing pressing. However, something astonishing I have seen in this Huawei P60 is its representation mode 3, 529. It gives just 5x zoom and gets such a novel haze the foundation. I have not seen such a haze in any telephone. What's more, seeing the presentation, it is very precise, and it resembles P60 Ace, which additionally accompanies 100x zoom like S23 Ultra. I likewise looked at it here. S23 Ultra Ruler is astounding. I couldn't say whether it is a 360 genius or not. It is a 360 star. The tail of its night mode is somewhat unique. All in all, something fascinating is that multiple occasions there is compelling reason need to turn on the mode in this telephone. 601. Obviously, it doesn't occur on the grounds that ordinarily it is finished in excellent light. I show you the photograph, one with night mode on and one with night mode off. I don't have any idea why subsequent to turning on night mode there are such countless varieties and why there is a weighty yellow color. It came into reality that low-light presentation is there. I have likewise contrasted it and 23 Ultra and Xiaomi 13 Master. Truly, I was happy with Samsung. And Xiaomi implies it was extremely close and expressed gratitude toward God. They have a decent front camera inside this telephone. I have embedded it and realized that it is of 13 megapixels, and it turns out to be exceptionally wide for bunch selfies. 633. It is excellent for myself, and on the grounds that the front camera of this telephone is exceptionally wide, and presently you can likewise record 4 from the front. Then, at that point, envision how much sense it will make for contributing to a blog, and I'm come by great outcomes. Also, something contrary to the front camera is the point at which I utilized the SAC camera. Folks who are recording at 4K, you need to perceive how pointless the result is. I overshopped. The screen tone got blown. I was unable to oversee it appropriately. I like it, yet contrasted with the other photographs, I wouldn't call the video that benefit. Presently, pay attention to one thing cautiously. I will tell you obviously, look, Huawei P60 Ace camera is additional standard and -704. Can't beat this. I have requested different telephones from China from Europe. I can say this is truly #1 in unambiguous regions. However, when I will contrast it and S23 Ultra, I know why I call it somewhat ultra, it is smarter to mean the general arrangement. Why I utilize the word in general is on the grounds that whether you take a gander at its ultra-wide focal point, whether you take a gander at its zooming capacity of 100, how great photographs can be taken on it, or its night mode execution of 4K, which is video execution from the front, too. And what's more, bunches of highlights are accessible, so I think companion 736. Coding is at number 15. For what reason is it 23 Ultra? When by and large, on the off chance that you take a gander at this arrangement, it is more useful and will be made with more mass. And as per the characteristic of this DS, telephones above S23 Ultra must be found in the rundown. It is a piece hard to accept. That companion, the cameras of this large number of telephones, are superior to 23 Ultra. In the future, at whatever point you see any positioning, don't put 100% in it. Realize that this is something fascinating in light of the fact that when you see the photographs of Huawei P60 Ace, then at that point, naturally, everybody will believe that, yes, companion, this is awesome. Make it number one. I feel that is the reason I accept such a huge amount in rankings. 811. You shouldn't do this, and before that you are energized and feel that sibling. I have likewise purchased P60 Ace from Europe, and it is the best camera telephone. You ought to realize that Huawei is confronting a ton of obstacles regardless of whether it is 5G. That is the reason this is a 4G telephone which accompanies Snapdragon IT, in addition to Chain 1. Second, watch delicate stunt experience is totally different on the grounds that EMU is accessible here, and research's applications don't run in it. Things have been finished on them, and that too behind such countless buns. 842. This is on the grounds that there is a protection concern. That too a significant and confidential concern, since this telephone has a component in a real sense called sound promoter. You might make this stay on the line telephone in any room, and assuming the iPhone is associated through Bluetooth. Whatever is happening in the room, you will actually want to hear it through your headphones. What sort of element is given here? I know everything. Why have I told you? There is an extremely basic purpose for this. On the off chance that you take a gander at the brand, most likely it is exceptional. Lotus does a great deal of designing. They have picture handling. They have programming. 917. The power is likewise the story or the story. And on the off chance that these brands run morally and don't break the security, then they can really get an insane effect, the cell phone world. How could you like the camera of this Swiss telephone? Let me know in the remarks segment. We should have a solid conversation. On the off chance that you enjoyed this video, click on like button.